Hello and welcome back to HWLRADIO.COM. You're here with your main man Hollywood. In today's show, I think I'm going to help the government out. I'm going to help state officials out. I'm going to help motherfucking senators out. I'm going to help everybody out that act like they really want to help, but seem like they don't know what the fuck to do to help. Because evidently adding more and more police ain't gonna do shit. The only way that what y'all thinking about is gonna do anything, and the only way I see y'all keep adding people onto the force and adding is to eventually overshadow the people with law enforcement and then break in the New World Order shit with martial law. But here goes the story. With 1,200 extra cops on the street, at least 37 people were shot, 5 fatally, throughout Chicago on Memorial Day weekend. As severe storms kept people indoors for the holiday and 1,200 officers were added to patrol the streets, nearly a quarter of the victims were shot within 5 hours on Sunday at a near West Side housing community, police said. 1 person died and 2 others were injured at the ABLA homes around 1:30 a.m., but it wouldn't be the last time. That morning, officers would respond to gunfire in the 1300 block of West Hastings Street. Around 6 a.m., 5 more people were shot on the same block, and this time 2 of them died of their wounds. On Monday night, felony charges were announced against 2 men in the second shooting. Tevin Covens, 25, was charged with aggravated discharge of a firearm, and Lawrence Wilkins, 29, was charged with unlawful use of a weapon by a felon after police found him carrying a gun at the scene, authorities said. Chicago police spokesman Anthony Giuliani said Covens will not be charged with murder after he shot and killed one of the 2 men at the scene in self-defense. According to police, Covens was shot in the face at the scene by 28-year-old Antonio Green, who also shot and killed another man, 27-year-old Martez Cox, after Cox fired a Tech-9 machine pistol into the air. Covens, also armed, opened fire on Green, killing him in self-defense, Giuliani said. But he said Covens also unintentionally fired shots that wounded 2 female victims at the scene. Giuliani said Covens was only charged with aggravated discharge of a firearm and not aggravated battery with the firearm, which is a more serious crime. Because the female victims did not want to press charges, while many Chicagoans celebrated the holiday weekend with barbecues, family get-togethers, and other special events, the extended weekend is typically one of the busiest of the year for the Chicago Police Department, where many officers had their days off canceled. In addition to extra patrols, Chicago police leading up to the weekend made numerous narcotic-related arrests and targeted raids in different parts of the city. Following a Monday ceremony at a Grant Park monument to commemorate the nation's war dead, Mayor Lori Lightfoot told reporters that she rode with officers Saturday night and responded with them to a shooting on the South Side. She also spoke of the frequency in which she has received email notifications on shootings. That is just an unacceptable state of affairs, the new mayor said. I think there's many causes to it. I certainly knew that before, but to see it graphically depicted is quite shocking and says that we've got a long way to go as a city. This is not a law enforcement only challenge, it's a challenge for all of us in city government. It's a challenge for us in communities to dig down deeper and ask ourselves what we can do to step up to stem the violence. Since 3 p.m. Friday, the shooting stretched as far as south as Roseland and as far as north as West Rogers Park, but much of the violence was concentrated in parts of the south and west sides that have long struggled with poverty, gang activity, illegal drug sales, and other social ills. On Saturday, 13 people were shot with 2 dead. 43-year-old Tito Wade, who was shot in the 400 block of West 77th Street in the South Side's Greater Grand Crossings community, and 31-year-old Michael Brown shot in the 100 block of West 109th Place in Roseland community on the far south side. Sunday saw the largest spat of violence with 18 people shot. 8 of those victims were from the 2 shootings on Hastings Street. The first shooting there about 1:30 a.m. claimed the life of John Benford, 27, before 2 people, Green and Cox, were killed in the later shooting. During last year's Memorial Day weekend, 39 people were shot, 7 fatally, according to shooting data kept by the Tribune In 2017, 45 people were shot, 7 of them killed, the data showed, and in 2016 was one of the most violent Memorial Day weekends in years, with 71 people shot, 6 of them fatally. In other weekend mayhem, a man exchanged gunfire with police Saturday night in the 1100 block of South Whipple Street, just north of Douglas Park on the west side, authorities said. The man was reported in critical condition at an area hospital. A gun was recovered at the shooting scene, and no officers were hurt, according to authorities. Verona Gunn, who was in her 80s, died in a traffic crash involving 2 Chicago police vehicles Saturday night in the Austin community on the west side. About a dozen other people were injured in the collision, including 10 Chicago police officers. On Monday, Lightfoot said a critical part of the city's overall strategy was getting illegal guns off the streets by focusing on gun traffickers, convicted felons carrying guns, and those who have their firearm ownership cards revoked. She said there are too many illegal guns on the streets, and guns were too easily accessible to people willing to pull the trigger. The message must be clear that picking up a gun is not how to resolve disputes, she said. For those who think it is, we can give them no quarter. They can have no sanctuary in our city, she said. We've got to make sure we flood these areas with a lot more resources. And I like to say that that's what you're going to have to do, because as you see, this area is stricken with poverty. They need more resources to get out of poverty. Putting more police on the streets ain't doing shit but putting more incidents liable to happen. That's all that's going to happen. You're not solving the problem. You're going around the problem. You're trying to, it's like the root of the problem is in the middle. You trying to fix it from the outside. You're not going in the middle, which is giving more resources for people to make money. Nigga, being broke is the number one ruler of all evil. It ain't money. It's being broke. Because a broke motherfucker would do any damn thing. A person with a lot of money, they ain't gonna do shit but probably come up with an attitude that you just hate at worst. So the root of all evil is poverty. So if you got a impoverished area, then guess what? There's gonna be a lot of fucking evil in there. So that's what y'all need to start fixing. You get people these money, it ain't no secret. It ain't no secret, and I know y'all know this because I don't want to get into it, but damn it, I do history. And I know about the motherfucking little shit to put the little mice in the box and all that shit and see what goes on. I know. It's going to be a lot of people attacking each other. And y'all know this. So, if y'all want to really fix this shit, then you will set up more resources for people in impoverished areas to make money. Not set up more police to either kill them, lock them up, or have run-ins with. That's all you gonna do. I don't give a damn, nigga. Crime still goes on in the motherfucking jail. And how many officers is in that motherfucker? And why does that happen? Because motherfuckers ain't really worried about the people. They don't really care about the people. So they ain't really trying to solve the damn problem. They only want the check. And their check comes from problems. So they want you to have them damn problems. So until y'all really want to fix it, this is what's going to go on. But when y'all really do want to fix it, you'll start adding more money resources into impoverished areas. And then you'll see that, hey, this shit right here is working. Like, we don't gotta. See, this is the thing. You add more resources for people to make money. Guess what that is? That's more jobs for people to work and companies to benefit off of. You hire more cops, that ain't gonna do shit but have you running back to the government talking about we need some more money funding. So you're gonna be running out of fucking money. So if this is a money thing, you're hurting yourself more hiring more fucking officers instead of just adding more motherfucking money resources to the land. But what do I know? I'm just a motherfucking YouTuber. So I'm gonna just go ahead and YouTube my ass on out of here. And y'all make sure y'all go over to HWLRADIO.com, download the radio station app. Make sure you check out the sponsors page. And shit, I'm out.
Where is your profit? How the fuck I got more money than you? How the fuck I got more money than you, nigga? How that go? Do I look like a motherfucking joke? I don't play tit for tat. I just leave his face up. Fuck beefing over a nigga. I'd rather run on my check in the They should